guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be discussing Bella Thorne and how she basically ruined several people's income with her shenanigans. Here's the thing. We all knew Bella Thorne was going to do this. We knew Bella Thorne was going to do this, and it was just a matter of time before it happened. But I did not think Bella Thorne would mess up this bad. I did not think she would ruin something that was so innocent and pure. Calling OnlyFans innocent and pure is hilarious, but it is something that gives people income where they wouldn't get income otherwise. Bella Thorne would ruin it. Bella Thorne would ruin that for everyone, and we said it would happen. When Bella Thorne said she was coming to OnlyFans, we knew this was going to happen. We knew that Bella Thorne was going to throw a wrench in the status quo. We knew it was going to happen, and not for the best. It was not going to happen for the best. We saw the train about to hit Bella Thorne, and we all told her to move, but she didn't move, and we had to watch it all go down in flames. So if you don't know who Bella Thorne is like an actress. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, best known for Shake It Up fame, as in, like, Zendaya has far lapsed her when it comes to career. Like, Zendaya is doing that and Bella Thorne is doing Bella Thorne. Like, it's just, it doesn't compare, and I shouldn't even compare because it doesn't matter. But Bella Thorne is an actress, and she just does, like, nowadays, just run-of-the-mill things. No big deal. I have nothing against Bella Thorne. She was in a relationship with Tana Mojo. Like, things like, that's what Bella Thorne is up to these days. Like, nothing great, nothing to write home about either. She's not doing badly, but that's what Bella Thorne is up to. So a couple weeks ago, it was huge. Bella Thorne has joined OnlyFans. It was all over the place. People were writing all types of write-ups on how Bella Thorne has entered the OnlyFans game. And when she entered the OnlyFans game, what? She made $2 million in a couple days, $1 million in like 24 hours. Like, she made millions of dollars on OnlyFans in just 48 hours, and that is a big deal. But that is where we start the problematicness. I've been waiting for a moment to say this on my platform, but I haven't had it because I haven't really talked about, like, sex work on my platform like that. There is a stigma. There is a stigma that comes with anyone who freelances, that if you are not making ridiculous amounts of money, you no longer have credentials. For example, let me take myself. When I used to make YouTube videos and didn't make money off of it, or I didn't have a Patreon, like where I made money, like money to sustain myself, and I would tell people, hey, I'm going to make a YouTube video, they were like, why are you not doing something better with your time? Like, if it's not paying your bills, why are you not doing something better with your time? You need to go do something that pays your bills. But I did it because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed building a community of people who just wanted to hear me talk about what I wanted to talk about. I loved that. It didn't matter if I was making money doing it. There was a euphoria that I got from just sitting down and talking about things. But because I didn't make money from it, people looked at me like I was crazy. Why are you doing this? Nowadays, it's not the case. No one look. When I tell people I'm going to go film a YouTube video, or I'm talking about YouTube, or I'm talking about my Patreon, no one says anything. No one says anything because the fruit is there. The fruit of my labor is there, and so they don't think anything of it. And that is where we have the issue, where this happens in sex work. This happens in people who video game. People don't think what you do is substantial if you're not making money off of it. A lot of people, because here's the thing, the average person is not making money off of YouTube. It's not making money off of gaming. It's not making money off of ridiculous amounts of money off of sex work. That's not a thing. It's just everyone who makes a ridiculous amount of money in the United States of America is an outlier. That is just not what this country is built to do. For everyone to make all types of money on doing things that they love. But this idea that if I'm not making a lot of money, then what I'm doing is no longer credible, or I shouldn't be doing it, that needs to leave. A lot of people think if they get on these certain sites and they engage in sex work, they're going to be rich and they're going to have all this money, but that's not the case for a lot of people. And your work isn't any less, or what you do on OnlyFans OnlyFans or on Patreon or anything else is not less because you're not making a lot of money. That's not how it works. That's not how they deserve the same amount of rights as people who do make a lot of money. Like, it's this idea that if you're not making a bunch of money from your OnlyFans, what are you doing it for? You're wasting your time. Really? You're getting naked and you ain't even making a bunch of money? Like, no, that's not, it doesn't work that. This is not how we talk about sex work or engage in sex work, and this idea that it's only good if you're making a lot of money. And that's the problem I have with a lot of people who cover things like OnlyFans, because they only talk about these huge numbers that people are doing, not realizing some people are getting liberated through this. Some people are finding themselves in this. Some people are doing what they love to do. And that's not the stories that are highlighted. What's highlighted is the people making millions of dollars. And it's just like, that won't be the case for everyone. For most people, it's not going to happen for most people. It happens for some, but it's not going to happen for most. And that doesn't make what they do any less. That is my problem. So that, number one, was my already problem. Bella Thorne making millions of dollars on OnlyFans doesn't really help the average person, because now we get to the trickle down effect. The trickle down effect when it comes to like this type of stuff is a myth. This idea that a bunch of people make a bunch of money and it'll trickle down to the average person is a myth. It is a lie that capitalism has been selling for forever. That if you're just okay with a few people making a lot of money, it will trickle down to the small person and everyone will eat. Everybody don't eat. Everybody does not eat. This happened with Patreon. This happened with YouTube. This happened with OnlyFans. This happened with podcasts. This happened with all these things that were created for people to give themselves platforms that they wouldn't have otherwise. These people who already have big platforms came onto these sites, and we were sold the dream that when these people with huge platforms get onto this site, it will bring in more traffic for the smaller person. They will be able to get more traffic because it brings more people to our network. But it doesn't work. It never works. Like this, it never works. This idea that if Bella Thorne is on OnlyFans, it helps everybody on OnlyFans is a lie. It is a lie. It doesn't work. All it does is bring in more people. Everyone's seeing Bella Thorne made $2 million off of OnlyFans, and then all these other rich people with platforms then come and then they get more money, and the little person ends up with nothing. The same thing that happened to podcasts. Now every celebrity who is huge has a podcast. Where does that leave Joe Schmo in the middle of Idaho who wants to start his podcast? Nowhere. No one's going to watch Joe Schmo podcast. It's not. I'm going to watch Michelle Obama. I'm going to listen to Michelle Obama's podcast before I listen to Joe Schmo. It's this. It'll trickle down. Just people who watch Michelle Obama will watch you, and then it'll trickle. No, it won't. It will not trickle. It won't trickle. I'm here. It's not going to trickle. It's a lie. You've been told a lie. And of course it'll bring some people, but it's not enough that's substantial. But that's the lie we're told. That's how Bella Thorne thought she was going to normalize sex work. And number one, we need to decriminalize sex work. Here's the thing. Sex work is normal. A bunch of people engage in sex work, whether they buy it, whether they're the ones supplying it. It is quite normal. The problem is not decriminalized. It is quite normal. And people still have these ideas of shame around it, right? Ways. So Bella Thorne actually makes it very clear that her OnlyFans is not going to have any nudity, which is fine. OnlyFans is not only for people who engage in sex work. The same thing that Patreon is not only for people who engage in sex work. Like you, all of a sudden, Bella Thorne puts up an announcement that she has a pay-per-view post going up where she is going to be nude in the post, and it is $200. Well, everyone gets excited. They want to see Bella Thorne titties. I don't know. And they decide to pay for it, which fine. No one's judging Bella Thorne. Well, she swindles the hell out of her fans. She decides that she is going to swindle her fans, and she gives them a regular get from Google. Literally a regular photo they can get from Google. She has more scandalous photos already on Google. Like, it's just a regular post, and they feel like it is not worth their good hard-earned $200, so they request a refund, which they are entitled to. You are entitled to a refund. fun. Well, OnlyFans is just a network. It's just a website. Like, they have to they can't afford to just be paying back. First of all, they barely can afford to pay Bella Thorne her $2 million to begin with. Like, it's just a website. And then now they have to pay back the people who want their money back from Bella Thorne, and OnlyFans can only do so much. And they're like, no. We're going to have to put stipulations on this because this is getting out of control very quickly. Remember the train analogy where we all saw Bella Thorne about to get hit by the train and she still gets hit by the train? We knew this was going to happen. We knew this was going to happen to Bella Thorne. We knew that she was going to cause the site to crash. She was going to cause an influx of people who don't know anything about OnlyFans or what's going on, and they don't know anything. And therefore, you're going to mess up the pockets of several people. Because here's the thing, Bella Thorne, this is fun for you. This is fun and games. Bella Thorne don't have nothing else better to do. She's living off Shake It Up checks, and that's fine. You don't need this money. But this is people's livelihoods. These are people's entire livelihoods that you thought it was fun to play around with. Like, doesn't matter that you had the best of intentions. It paved the road to hell. Like, you didn't realize what you were doing. You weren't informed. You didn't do your research, and you tried to swindle people. Like, I know what Bella Thorne was going for. She's not slick. I know what Bella Thorne was going for. She was trying to go for I'm going to convince people, like, I'm going to put up a certain photo and they're all going to fall for it and I'm going to get all this money, and then everyone's going to sit there and be like, look at Bella Thorne swindling people. What a queen. That's what she wanted. She wanted a what a queen moment. She scammed a bunch of people. But the problem is you didn't realize how big you were. These people were going to want their money back. They were going to want their coin back, and you were going to have to answer for some things. And that's what happened. So because she put up the pay-per-view post, and she got $200 per person, OnlyFans says that can't happen anymore. So now there's a limit on how much you put pay-per-view posts. Some people, all they do on OnlyFans is pay-per-view posts. And now you've knocked down half of what they could, you've knocked down what they could get for that. A lot of people charge $200 per pay-per-view. Now they can only get $100 from it. And now there's a set number of tips you can get on OnlyFans. Do you see the problem? You are messing up people's livelihoods all because you wanted a moment in the sun. You wanted to do something that you were not equipped to do. You didn't do the research. You wanted to insert yourself into something that had nothing to do with you. OnlyFans had nothing to do with you. You tried to be louder than the people you were speaking for. You tried to do more than what the people who are already in the trenches are doing, and it blew up in your face. Can you imagine if you're someone who makes your money on OnlyFans for pay-per-view post, and all of a sudden now you only can put $100 on how much you can do? The biggest thing that, from the outsider looking in, I can't say what the biggest thing to everyone is, but a big thing is the fact that now you can't get paid weekly on OnlyFans. What if you have things set up for your OnlyFans income? So when my income comes in, that's how I pay my phone bill. That's how I pay my car note. Maybe my car note's due every 2 weeks. You don't know. People have certain bills set up for the time that they get paid from these sites, because once again, everybody on OnlyFans ain't rich. Now, do we see how this is coming full circle? How the fact that we glamorize the people who do make buttloads of money on OnlyFans, and more power to them, how it messes up the little man. Because even when Bella Thorne came on, a bunch of the top girls on OnlyFans was like, it's fine, Bella Thorne's gonna bring in so many people, you're already rich. You're doing well. It's the person who's not a top dollar babe, the person who's not bringing in all the money you're bringing in, they get screwed by this. People are living post to pillar trying to make an income, and you messed it up. So though no one cares about the rich girlies, they'll stay rich. Like they're good. They have some security in this. It's the girls who are really trying to get their footing in this. The girls who are just okay. Look, they're doing fine. You messed up the girls who were just doing fine, which is a lot of the girls on OnlyFans. Also, also you messed up the girls who weren't doing fine, who this was paying a car note, or this was paying a bill, this was just paying their rent. You messed up those girls. Now they have to get paid monthly. Can you imagine? Now, most of my income comes monthly too, so it wouldn't make nothing to me, but it does make, if I was used to getting paid weekly, I'd be pissed. Can you imagine at your job right now? Because I used to work at a job that paid me weekly. I couldn't imagine if they said, actually, sis, you get paid monthly. Now, when I tell you I would have been poor 3 weeks of the month, like I would be poor because like you expect certain things. Like you had a lifestyle in which you had become accustomed to. And now Bella Thorne has ruined that because OnlyFans can only do but so much with Bella Thorne. Well, Bella Thorne decides that she is going to issue an apology. And I want to say this is not only a Bella Thorne thing. This happens all the time on all types. How many times have we seen YouTube rules change because one person who is huge and successful messes it up for everyone? Like this happens all of the time. Same thing happens in podcasts, like new rules, new ways how you have to monetize things, new rule. This happens all the time because one person who is doing really well and don't even need this platform decides to get a little too big for their britches and ruins it for every single person. And the people who are sitting back like, that's what the OnlyFans girls get, that's what y'all get, y'all need to get reliable incomes, go to hell. Like, if you really are that mad that people are making money off of OnlyFans, you gotta find some business. You gotta find some business, you gotta find something to do. I feel so bad for the people on OnlyFans because they didn't deserve that. They didn't deserve Bella Thorne shenanigans ruining their income. Like, that's the problem. Like I said, it's all that comes full circle about how we only glamorize the girls who work filthy rich, and the regular girl, people be like, that's what you get. But like, I wasn't making that much money. Like, I was just doing what I love to do, and I was able to make an income from it. What's the issue with that? What is the issue with that? But it's this, a lot of people aren't informed on sex work the way they should be informed, Bella Thorne. Like, you need to do your research. You need to understand. And there is so much writing on sex. Like, there are essays written from women all over the world about sex. They're online. Please Google, and you will get, like, I took an entire class on it in college. Like, there's so much work that has been done, so much reading that has already happened that you could just get into. And I still haven't scratched the surface. I was literally talking about this the other day on Twitter. I still haven't scratched the surface. There's just so much to learn about sex work and the different avenues of sex work. And it's just, there's so much to learn, and y'all don't want to do the reading, but you want to be head first into it. And it's just like, no, you have all these opinions on what's going on, and you haven't done the reading, Bella Thorne. So Bella Thorne issues an apology. She issues an apology saying she wanted to destigmatize sex work, and she thought she was doing the right thing, and she just really, really messed up. Or do sorries pay the bills? I'm going to ask you do sorries pay the bills? Does your landlord care that you gave them a sorry? Has sorries ever paid anyone's light bill? Has sorry ever paid a water bill? Has sorry ever paid a Netflix bill? Has sorry ever paid a car? Sorries don't pay bills. Sorries don't pay nobody's bills. You messed up people's money, and now you're fine. You're still Bella Thorne. You'll still get jobs. You'll still be just fine. You can still be on OnlyFans. Like, you are still A-okay. It's the girls who are not you who are not A-okay. And those OnlyFans girls, and I don't want to speak louder than them, I'm not on OnlyFans, but they said this was going to happen. They said Bella Thorne was going to cause this. They said it was going to happen, but Bella Thorne, instead of listening, that's the problem. When people become louder than the people that they want to help, because I can believe that Bella Thorne had good intent. I don't know that woman, so I can 100% believe that she had the best of intentions. It don't change what happened. That you messed up, girl. I couldn't imagine going to have to do only $100 pay-per-view, only having a certain amount of tip money that you can get, going to be paying weekly. Those are big changes. But Bella Thorne made $2 million in 48 hours. Like, but that's all that matters, right? Bella Thorne gets to make, of course she makes $2 million in 48 hours. Like, come on. Like, we have to really, really, really have intentional conversations about sex work. That's my problem with a lot of the sex work conversation that goes on Twitter and stuff. Y'all, things don't have intention. Y'all don't say things with intention and point. Like, a point has to be made. Like, if you're going to highlight that a lot, that some women are making a lot of money on OnlyFans, do it with intention. Do it with a purpose. What are you trying to say? What do you want people to get out of this? Because there's a lot of women who are doing sex work who aren't making this money. So you have to move with intention. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with highlighting the girls who are getting rich and being fabulous, 100%, but with intention. Like, when I read these articles, I'm like, what are you trying to say? That the average person can get on here and do that? It's not the truth. It's not the truth, and it's not helping to destigmatize and decriminalize sex work. You're not helping. You're not helping. You're not helping. Anyways, that is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to join the As Told by Kenya family, follow me on Patreon. It is As Told by Kenya. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye-bye.